Hello and welcome to We the People Show, coming to you live from Vancouver. My name is Obidi Marco, your anchor, and today we are continuing. We are continuing our discussion on the Ohaneze Ndigbo issue. Yesterday, I had in this program the President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo in the person of the Fidelis Ozichukwu, and you all did hear what he said. And the election is coming up in 2 days, so it's a very busy time for Ohaneze. And today we want to look at some, critical issues concerning Ohaneze and Ndigbo. And I've brought on board people that are going to be discussing the issue with me, very eminently qualified persons. I have Dr. Sam Amadi. Dr. Sam Amadi, of course, is a man of so many colors. I don't know where to start to describe him, but he's a very notable social commentator in Nigeria, highly respected with his views. He's been the former chairman of NEC, held several offices, human rights lawyer, and the list goes on. Dr. Sam, you're welcome to the program. Dr. Sam Amadi, if you can hear me, you're welcome to the program. Okay, I think the network has been funny there. Okay, the second guest we have is Chief Willie Amadi. Of course, we know Barrister Willie Amadi. Barrister Willie Amadi is a lawyer, a legal practitioner in Imo State. He's the clean and green czar in Imo State, the man that kept Imo State clean. Nobody has beat his record in that area. And he's also held so many offices, including National Commissioner, as in the Public Complaints Commission. Chief Barrister William Amadi, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. I also have Chief Jackson Omenazun. Of course, you know that this program is network intensive. Chief Jackson Omenazun has been put off by a network, but we are hoping that it's going to connect, as we progress with the program. Even Dr. Sam Amadi is also battling with a network now, but he's going to join us, shortly. Let me start with Barrister Willie Amadi. Coincidentally, we have two Amadis, one of Sam and one of Willie. Interesting. So let me
Marvin,
start with Barrister Willie Amadi. Tell us, there is this notion that Ohaneze is becoming impotent, is becoming irrelevant, and has no more
Marvin.
biting teeth. So, what do you make of that? What's your position on this?
Well, Abdul, it will be quite erroneous for anybody to consider Ohaneze Ndigbo
I'm not. It's,
as
my
being
phone. My
impotent.
phone is not showing.
Ohaneze Ndigbo is an umbrella body that binds the Igbos, whether in the southeast, whether in rivers, whether in Delta, wherever you live in the world. And it's being a vocal organ for the Igbos. The Ohaneze has been able to put on the table within the Nigerian context what Igbos are, what they want, and what they can do within their environment, their geographical environment. And I think Ohaneze Ndigbo has done well. Recall that Ohaneze Ndigbo came in so many years ago with personalities like Chief Agoma from Rivers State, Chief Okobule, Chief Obiwale, and Woluchem. In Delta State, Chief Ralph Uwechie and General Achize had held so many positions in the Ohaneze, that's President General or the Secretary General, Chifunaya Nwodo, foremost ambassador, late George Obiozo, and of recent, Chief Emmanuel Iwanyanwo, who just passed on, has been able to champion the mission and vision of Ohaneze Ndigbo within the Nigerian context. And currently, a very fine gentleman, literal, intellectual, the Fidelis Ozi Chukwuchukwu, is currently the President General Ohaneze Ndigbo, trying to herald the next President General. So I believe that Igbos respect the Ohaneze, whether Igbo of River State or Delta or the Southeast. We believe in Ohaneze, and Ohaneze have been able to advance the interests of the Igbos, been able to speak out for the Igbos, and also speak truth to power in Nigerian context. So I think that Ohaneze has done well, and I don't believe that it's impotent. I can never be impotent.
Okay, so let me see if I can bring in Chief Jackson Omenazo here, if the network permits, to know if he can lend his own voice towards this particular issue. Chief Jackson Omenazo, I don't know if you are there. Can you hear me? Chief Jackson, can you hear me?
I'm hearing. I'm
Okay.
hearing you.
Okay. Thank God your network is good now. So let me have your take on the issue if Ohaneze is still potent. There are people who think Ohaneze is no more potent, has no biting force anymore. I mean, you think, what do you think?
Well, all I would say, I will not say completely that Ohaneze is impotent. There are still human beings, there are still characters that is in Ohaneze that mean well. But my take on this is that, to be honest, in the last 8 years, the credibility of Ohaneze dropped before the Igbo nation. In the last 4 years, it went down again to almost 48%. The reason is not far-fetched. It is not because Ohaneze has a body, but the operators. And these operators, I know, and I can say it clearly. If our revered Professor Biozo, a diplomat of international repute, if it were when he was what he is, if not that nature, age was not on his side, one believed that Obiozo would have done exceptionally very well. But he was literally weak because of nature has taken a long toll on him. And most people who is supposed to support him, those people who is supposed to bring a shoulder for that old man to lean on, not only did they help, but they were doing some other thing else, while his intention were some other thing else. So that helped to drop the rating of Ohaneze before we get to where we are today. The
Okay.
same thing happened.
So
The same thing
you
happened.
basically you agree with the position that Ohaneze has become impotent, so to speak.
I didn't say Ohaneze can never be important because Igbo nation is still alive. I'm talking administratively for
Okay.
now. In the last 4 years, the rating went down because of
Okay.
the age of Iwanyanwu, the age of Professor Biozo and Iwanyanwu. Nature played the first one on them, and they can't help it. And it's natural. If they were younger, they would have performed exceptionally well. But those behind them didn't help them at all. That's the truth.
Okay. So let me come to Chief Willie. You have heard what he said. So let's move ahead from there. We are expecting the election to come up in 2 days. The Ohaneze election coming up in 2 days now in Enugu. Um, Eventually, it has been zoned to River State because before now there were fears if other states were going to hijack it, but the President General assured us yesterday that it's going to River State. So, what are your expectations of who we can trust the leadership of Ohaneze from River State? Chifili Amadi, as somebody who is not from River State, what kind of person are you expecting to emerge from that state?
Well, Jackson, the previous leadership of Ohaneze Ndigbo has laid a template for personalities that are required to occupy that exalted office of President General of Ohaneze Worldwide. Like I said earlier on, when you talk about the Wodos, talk about the Obiozos, talk about the Wanyamos, talk about the Achuzies, Uweches, and talk about our fathers from River State, the Obinwales, the Woluchems, the they are very established and distinguished personalities who were part of the drafting of Hanese Constitution at inception. So we expect that people in that mold should be able to administer Ohaneze worldwide. The current President General, who is midwifing the new President General that will come from River State, it's a distinguished, fine gentleman, the Fidelis Ozichukwu. And he has set out a template for the emergence of the new President General, starting from the establishment of a screening committee held by Dr. Eme Okoro, the secretary to the government of Abia State. That is an old, 8-year-old, very critical and intentional man who does not play to the gallery. And he has assured the Igbo nation that he's going to conduct a screening in a way and manner that will be quite obvious that those who are qualified to vie for various positions, not only the President General, but other positions like the Secretary General and all those executive offices, are really qualified and are fit and proper persons to carry out the administration of Ohaneze worldwide. So we believe that River State should throw up their sons, who come up and vie for this position. And
Okay,
by the time they show up, yeah.
okay. Dr. Sam Amadi has just joined us, and thanks to network, and we hope he's going to be staging now. So, Doc, you're welcome to the program. Firstly, because I was trying to
Thank
welcome
you.
you, and then the network struck. So, but it's good you
Yeah,
are here
that's
now.
true.
Yeah, it's good you're here now. So let's have your take. You, in fact, you made a post on the social media. That was actually what helped me. What pushed me to doing this program because you tend to have passed a kind of vote of no confidence on Ohaneze in terms of it, if it is still potent or if it is still effective in Igbo land, commanding the confidence of Igbo people. So, can you expatiate more on that your position?
Thank you. I think, look, Ohaneze Ordinary is a very respected and respectable organization. And so there should be no question about that. That Ohaneze is,
Oh, you freeze that. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is serious. You freeze that. Okay, it does seem.
connection to
Okay, okay, it's
the
back.
people, the
It's back.
tenders, and all
Okay.
that. So, my view is that Ohaneze seems to have become a department for the state governments and under the control of state governments, and therefore have lost its um, relevance to the well-being of Igbo people. That's really the problem, the challenge we have. So my view was that Ohaneze needed to ndị Igbo si agwọ hafụ ime o ji were agwọ ụmụazị eji agwọrọ ji. Ohaneze has seemingly seemed to have lost that legitimacy and strong following with Igbo people.
Are there key points? Are there instances of probably incidents or events that you can use to? Oh, I think it's off. Okay, that's the challenge we have in this program because it's purely network based. So when the network is not okay, we hope they connect back. Right now, I have Chief William. Chief William, it does seem your network is different from what we have in Nigeria because you seem to be the only steady person. Probably you're using a
I'm on
broadband.
Starlink.
Oh, you're
Now I'm
start.
on
Oh,
Starlink. I'm
so
on
you are
Elon Musk
Elon
Starlink.
Musk. You're all
Yeah.
with Elon Musk. Okay. All right. So let's move ahead. There's been this agitation or this controversy surrounding the person of Chief Mike Okiro. Because you also made a post, eulogizing him and supporting him for this position. But some people are saying, look, this man all the while has been of Imo State, and he's belonged to groups in Imo State and all of that. How come now we're talking about Ohaneze leadership from River State and you're bringing him? Is it not better we allow somebody who is completely domiciled in River State, whose associationship and every other thing revolves within River State, because if you bring Chief Mike Okiro, it will seem like it is still a continuation of the Imo State mandate running, because people in River State are complaining that initially they were complaining that their tenure might be usurped by other states, and now you are advocating for somebody who is more like an Imo man than a Rivers man to, I mean, carry on this activity.
Well, I believe that Chief Mike Okiro is not from Imo State. Chief Mike Okiro's career in the police force as Inspector General of Police, state of origin remained River State. Now, the fact that you are domiciled in Imo State and you carry on your social activities, you play politics in Imo and all those things, does not, in law, make you an Imo State origin. Let me give you an example. El Rufai was governor of Kaduna State. But El Rufai is not from Kaduna State. El Rufai is from Katsina State. And the Constitution of Nigeria gives conditions within which you can vie for any position, particularly political elections. One is your place of birth, and two is your residence, where you do business. Michael Skiro's birth certificate reads River State. If he does business in Imo and he plays politics in Imo, it does not make him an Imo man. And that is why I said earlier on, if there are no people coming out from River State to contest this election, If people are shy identifying themselves as Igbos in Rivers State, and you have somebody who is not shy to say that he's an Igbo man from Rivers State, why don't you allow him to take up the position? Particularly if he still falls into the mold of those people who had governed as President General Ohaneze Ndigbo worldwide. But recently, I read that Senator John Mbata is also in the contest, and that is fantastic. Senator John Mbata is a renowned politician and a fine gentleman. To me, he fits into the mold of people who can represent Igbos anywhere in the world. So I'm not advocating that Chief Michael Kiro is from Imo and he should be President General. No, I'm a lawyer. I deal on the law of evidence. In law and in fact, Sir Michael Kiro is from Rivers State. And until the contrary is proved, he remains such.
Okay.
So that's my position. Yeah.
Okay. So let me come to Chief Jackson. Before you connected, we were looking at the personality of some of the contestants to this position, and I asked Chief William Madi a specific question because he made a post concerning Chief Mike Okiro. So I tried to find out, if Mike Okiro is allowed to continue, won't it be seen as an elongation of the tenure of Imo State? But he has tried to clear the air, saying that officially that Mike Okiro, is from River State. You know, that might be subject to some contention by some people. But Chief Jackson Omena, so let me have your take on this. Are you with us? Or is his network freeze? Oh, network is freeze out. It's not with us. It's freeze out. Okay, when it connects, wow, network is making this program very uninteresting, but what can we do? It's what the station is in Nigeria. So, Chief Willie, let's proceed. Let's proceed and then look at the expectation. What should Ohaneze Ndigbo be doing now after this election? Because the president general assured us there's going to be a very smooth, free, and fair election. So we are hoping that by the end of uh, Thursday, I think either Thursday or Wednesday, we should be having a brand new President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo. What should be the focus of Ohaneze this time to regain the confidence of the Igbos, to be able to mobilize Igbos to harness, the diasporic nature? So many people are saying we've not been able to harvest the goods in the diasporic nature of the Igbo man. What should they do so that they can, relaunch or achieve some of these things? But before you go on, let me allow Chief Jackson Omenas, because of what network is doing, to, give us his take on the issue concerning Chief Mike Okiro, who some see as from Imo State, and documents show he's from River State. If eventually it becomes the leader of Ohaneze and Ndigbo, how will it come to those in River State? Chief Jackson.
Well, yeah, unfortunately, I am happy to announce to you that we have crossed that Rubicon.
Oh, really?
Chief
Interesting.
Mike, yes, because uh, Ohaneze conducted the election Saturday, Sunday, which Chief Doctor Richard Ozogo was a chairman of the electoral committee and announced a presidential candidate. which is Chief Omenazụ Jackson. So by implication, I am the new Ohaneze President General. So issue about Chief Michael Kiro is inconsequential.
There's some confusion. I want to understand what you're saying. Yesterday I
What I'm
had
saying
the
is,
Yeah, I'm coming. Yesterday I had the President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo in my program, and he did say they are going to have election on the 10th, which is yet to come. Today is 7th or 8th. I don't know the date in Nigeria now,
if
but
you,
here in Canada today is 7th, and he said the election is going to come on the 10th. Are you saying you have another faction? Is it what you're saying?
if you call it fraction, okay, but the authentic Ohaneze has conducted the election, and Chief Omenazụ Jackson has emerged as President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo. So if
So,
any other person is telling you otherwise, I don't know what this person is talking about.
so where was the election held? Who conducted and
In
which who
Enugu,
participated?
in
Did you
Enugu,
have people from all the Igbo states?
all the 7 states of Ohaneze was there, and the new executive has emerged.
No. Interesting.
You can check the
I mean,
papers.
Chief William Amadi, are you aware of these developments?
This is what you call testing the mic. I'm sure no rational Igbo man would listen to this statement because there is a process of emergence that is a notorious fact in the history of Ohanese leadership. And that process will begin in the next 2 days in Enugu. And all the Igbos of both rivers, Delta, and the Southeast will gather in their clamor, in their candor, and the processes will go on, which will culminate in the election of a new President General for Ohanese and Ndigbo. And I want to stop at that.
Okay. So, Chief Jackson, we've not had Ohanese election held outside Enugu, where the secretariat of Ohanese and Igbo is domiciled. So, how come? Where did this election you're referring to, where you emerged, where was it held?
I said the election was held in Enugu, and there's nothing like election of Ohaneze must be held at the secretariat. When Professor Biozo of blessed memory was elected, it wasn't at Enugu, it was at Owerri. It wasn't at the Ohaneze secretariat in Enugu. So Ohaneze secretariat can be held anywhere as long as the Igbo people accept that this venue is comfortable for them to conduct the elections. So
Okay.
for my beloved elder brother, maybe he has not known, maybe he had known, maybe he has seen it on the press, maybe he have not seen it, but I'm giving you authentic information.
Well, this one hits me below the belt. The one they say hits somebody below the belt hits me because all the while everybody, universally everybody has been expecting election to come on the 10th, and people are working towards that. But it does seem now that something different is happening. So does this augur well for the Igbo nation at this critical time, having this kind of division and faction? Will it be of advantage to us, Chief
Well,
Jackson?
all I
Yeah.
will say here is this: it is a rather a good development that Ohaneze have been taken back to the people who owns Ohaneze, the masses of Ndigbo, that artisan in the village, that farmer in the communities, those traders in Ariaria, in Ochanja market, in Alaba market. These are the people who own Ohaneze. It is not some of us who are the privileged elites, who are members of Imobi, that own Ohaneze. So the masses of Ndigbo has stand out and said that Ohaneze should be wrestled out from the inordinate ambition of the elites who have hijacked Ohaneze, and they literally separate the Oha from the Eze. It is Ohaneze, not only Eze. So, so from Saturday, Sunday, when the election was held and concluded, the masses of Ndigbo have taken over Ohaneze, taking back Ohaneze, which is what it's supposed to be, because the intent of the founding fathers of Ohaneze is an encompassing Ohaneze, not an elitist Ohaneze.
Okay. Well, I I don't know what the development is going to turn out to be, you know, eventually, but I don't think this fractionalization is going to help the Igbos at this particular time, considering what we are facing. So, is there no room for mending, fences? Is there no room for, reconciliation? Coming to, uniting. And when you say the the SS, like you described it from your own explanation, what are the particular things they have done or some people have done that you think is the reason why they need to be alienated or the structure has to be taken out from them? What are the things you see they have done that you think you need to correct by your action?
I will say honestly that Ohaneze, as it stands today, before I came on board, like I said earlier, has literally alienated the people. Confidently, I will say that Ndigbo are fast losing confidence in Ohaneze. Hardly will you hear the cry of an average Igbo man or woman, and he looks behind him or her and see Ohaneze standing to defend and protect. Or these few years back. So there is a lot of cries for permanent change of attitude, behavior towards Igbo nation. Leadership is a responsibility, not for jamboree. We have had a situation whereby you look at elders or you look at those who were in leadership previously in Ohaneze, and things is going wrong. They pretend as if they don't know about it. And even when you bring it before them, they pretend as if they are not hearing it. We are talking about community. Let me just give you a simple instance. In 2017, I made an argument and I said, ụmụnne m ụmụnna m, ahụbeghị m ebe amaala kpọpụtara mmadụ si ya bịa ga ozi ya kwụọ amaala ụgwọ. I speak in Igbo language now. It is not cultural. It is so unconstitutional. It's not there in Ohaneze constitution. You can't pay Ndigbo if you have a good intention to serve Ndigbo. Rather, by our customs and tradition, if you go for an errand well for the community, when you come back, the community will give you wine to drink and say, welcome. If there is a dry meat, they give you to eat and say, welcome. But in this case today, you are expecting Ndigbo to pay Ndigbo before you go an errand. And that is why things are going wrong. If you watch during Nnawodo regime, you see that the Secretary General and the President General was at each other's neck. And it was sharing formula that was bringing all this problem. This person will go and adopt this person will go and adopt this. If the intentions are one, those things will not happen. And I knew during that period, some of them who went and borrowed money to pay for form, at the end of the day, they were scrambling everywhere, doing a lot of things. I'm an insider to recoup those money because those who borrow the money is on their neck. And this is not improper. We are saying that things like that should not happen. If there are 20, 30, 50, 1,000 of them coming for one position from allocated to one state, let them go to the pools. It is business of Omonna. Nobody will kill each other. Any decision that comes out there, all of us stand by it. So a lot of things has happened. Another instance is Chief Frederick, who was bundled into detention by the Lagos state government since after the election. It remains there till today. If not that some of us raised a flag, Ohaneze wouldn't have said anything about it. We picked it up. and say, no, this is not happening. So I believe strongly Ohaneze should be doing more. And that's why the masses are saying, no, we are no longer being protected. We want a leadership that will protect us. And I bet you, under my leadership, detain one Igbo son unnecessarily, I will be at the door waiting for you. And you must release him before I leave there.
Okay, Chief William Ade, you have had what is said, but moving ahead, hoping that this issue is going to be resolved. Whoever emerges as the authentic leader, the credible leader, what do you think should be the focus of Ohaneze moving forward? You know, if they are listening to this program now, like Chief Menazu is, participating, and whoever may emerge may also be watching this program. What would be your advice on what should be done? Or maybe you start from the challenges we have in Igbo land that need to be corrected and then move to what they should do.
Well, let me state clearly that my brother, Chief Jackson of Menazo, can be the president of Ohaneze, but he's not the president. The elections will be conducted following the constitution of Ohaneze and Ndigbo and adopting the guidelines for screening and the election processes. And if he's one of the aspirants and he finds favor in the minds of the delegates, of course, he will emerge as the president of Ohaneze. But for now, he is not the president. I want to say that the statement he made is quite distorting and unfounded. You can lay claim to anything because talk is cheap. And in the area of social media, you can lay claim to anything, you can say whatever you want, and you're entitled to them. But it is what it is, that the processes will start running from tomorrow, leading to delegates who will converge in Enugu to elect the president of Ohaneze worldwide and other executive members. Maybe Chief Jackson should be able to tell us who the other executives are and who conducted the elections, the officers that screened them, and all those processes. Let him give us a report of how the election took place, and then we'll be able to think about it. So having said that, I want to advise Igbos wherever you reside, both in Nigeria and in diaspora, to keep working towards the election that will take place. And I believe the process will throw up a formidable presidential material that will be acceptable to the Igbos wherever they are, and who will be able to pass on the message of Ndigbo in Nigeria and to the international community. Igbo race is a very formidable, strong race. Igbo race is a blessing to any environment where they are. And the President General of Ohaneze is a face of those virtues. And we are very careful and intentional of electing who will represent us. The previous President Generals are very distinguished personalities who have international recognition and who have done well to pilot the affairs of Ohaneze and Ndigbo up to this moment. And we cannot take anything lower than that. And having said that, let me also say that the Ohaneze will play a lot of roles in the Nigerian polity that is agitating the minds of political class. And countdown to 2027, they will play a role to ensure that Igbos are guided and positioned to be part of the processes that will bring forth a government that will be subservient to the nation, that will provide leadership, that will give hope to Nigerians wherever they reside. And this is the time for us to sit back and look at all the aspirants to this position and get our best, the best team, the best brain. We cannot trade in rascality into this noble organization. It's an organization that has lived for many years championing the cause of Igbos within the law and with due process. So we expect that whoever that is going to come out to lead the over 100 million Igbos should be able to talk the talk and walk the talk. Yes, talk is cheap, and there's freedom of expression, but there might not be freedom after the talk. It's important we look at issues, we look at the destiny of the Igbos. If you are a catalyst to destroy the Igbo nation, history will not be fair to you. Our ancestors, the founding fathers of the Igbo spirit, will not be happy with you. So it's very important we prick our conscience and not allow ourselves to be used as cannon fodders. The politicians are on the prowl. They want to use some of our brothers to try and create confusion or give an impression that there is a problem in Ohaneze. No, there is nothing. There's no division. It will be quite insulting to anybody to say there's a division in Ohaneze. How can there be a division in Ohaneze? Between who and who? Between who and who? Ohaneze is moving forward. It's a very strong body. It's an institution. And we cannot sit back and listen to talks tend to create an imaginary situation. And that's not right. It's not fair. So let us go forward, prepare for the election, and elect all the executives of the Ohaneze worldwide, the diasporas, the Imobis, the delegates from all the states will be in Enugu, and they will conduct this election, and the whole country will know that the Ohaneze has conducted the election. And that is what it is. And I want to stop at this, Jackson.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. So, Chief Jackson, so let me ask you. Every time we've had the Ohaneze chairman and president general emerge, there's been some consequential actions that follow it. For instance, we on air you will hear the president will congratulate him. The governors will throw in their congratulations. Various town union leadership and all of that. Has that happened to you? Have you been congratulated by some of these bodies that I've mentioned?
Well, before I answer that, you see, I respect age a lot because it's part of our culture and inheritance. But I would advise my elder brother, sometimes even when you're talking to your child, you should talk to your child with some level of decorum. I am not a rascal in the first place. I'm well trained, well cultured. I know what is good and bad. I've championed the cause of Ndigbo and other forms of, you know, uh, uh,
But
uh,
I don't think he called you. I don't think he called you a rascal. I think he made a general statement. I don't think he
no.
made reference to you in that statement.
So, when you see, I understand where my elder brother is coming from. He's still my brother, and I respect him for that. But I want to say one thing clear. If we treat ourselves with equity and justice, there will be absolute peace in our communities. When you look down on your brother just because you have one little advantage or the other against him, you are creating friction and planting animosity and anger in that your brother's heart. And when he begins to react, you feel that he doesn't know what he's doing or he's being a rascal. I love Igbo nation more than anybody can think. I can lay my life to protect Igbo nation. And I've tried it severally. So for those who know me and who know my background, I cannot demean my own people. Never. No $1 trillion can convince me to go against the aspirations of Igbo nation. Nothing. No politician that will have not been born that will convince me to do anything contrary against my own people. A man who's who subvert his own nation is not worthy to live. That means you accepted the position of a happy slave from those who's inducing you. I cannot be a happy slave in all my life. I meant well. And when I say I meant well, I meant well. So in that aspect, I want to disagree with my elder brother. There's an election coming back, or coming on Saturday. Everybody is free to do whatever he likes. But I am telling you honestly, Ohaneze has conducted the election and I've emerged the President General. For your information, I have gotten several congratulatory messages, which I will upload in your WhatsApp after this program. Mr. President is not on seat. He traveled to Ghana, everybody knows. If he comes back and feel like congratulating me, fine and good. But as long as Igbos has come out in their mass and say, congratulations, Chief Omenazo Jackson, for your emergence, I'm satisfied. I am not working for Mr. President. I am working for Ndigbo. That's the truth. I thank you for this program.
Okay. So moving forward, what is going to be your focus? What are the things you intend to achieve as the President General for Ohaneze and Ndigbo?
Yeah, first and foremost, we have a major problem in Igbo land today, and that is insecurity. And you can never fight insecurity without economic power. So I will plead with these young men. I will assure them as their President General, drop your arms. There will be something for you to do. While I would speak to our people all over the world, there are several Igbos I've spoken to, both diaspora here, who is ready to invest in Igbo land. By the time we begin to spring up factories and industries in Igbo land, and these young men who has turned to crime, whom the society has literally pushed them into crime, the moment they get engaged, I believe we'll be able to stem them crime. So I am thinking about Ohaneze Industrial Estate, which several businessmen had indicated interest that if the environment is safe, they are going to invest in Ohaneze Industrial Estate. So that this is where we can take up good job and then drop crime. Because it's so sad and unfortunate that you see an Igbo son pointing gun at his own brother and shooting point blank to death. What can we call that? It's not our culture. We are trained to protect each other, not to kill each other. Something is wrong somewhere. And Ohaneze need to look downwards to ensure that this thing that is wrong somewhere is nipped to the bud. It's not in our culture. Look, this Christmas, many of my friends whom I spoke to refused to come home. One of them from Port Harcourt who went home He could not come back with him and his family. What a sad situation. How can we find ourselves in this position? So Ohaneze will tackle frontally the issue of insecurity by providing jobs for these innocent children of ours who are taken to crime.
Okay.
Secondly, can I go ahead?
Yeah. Okay. Quickly.
Yeah, secondly, I have done extensive investigation and I discovered too that hunger is a problem in Igbo land today. Based on that, you can see the stampede that just happened in December. People going to look for what to eat and they died in the process. If there were food in their houses, they would have been alive today. So there should be a deliberate policy of agriculture in Igbo land. Very deliberate one. I will plead with the state governors, the local government chairman, a certain percentage of the allocations and the budget of the state and local government should be deployed to agriculture so that our people. It's unfortunate you see the northerners come with their cows to Igbo land, drop their cows for us to buy as source of protein. But while they are going back, the truck goes back empty. One feel that we are not getting it right. The truck should be going back from with the product from Igbo land. As they bring their cattle to Igbo land, they should go back with palm oil. They should go back with okaze. They should go back with gari, which they don't have there, so that there will be equity in our economic transactions and relationship. So deliberate policy on agriculture is the key. Thirdly, I've done investigation. Many of our children is in various detention camps in this country. Some of them are minor crime. I can tell you qualitatively. So we are going to have the Ohaneze, Onyagala Nwanne legal team, both in diaspora, so that we can get these our children out of the dungeon of Nigerian prison, so that they can be able to be free. Because some of them minor offenses that will cost 2 months. My elder brother is a lawyer, he's not what I'm talking about. Minor offenses that the law said 2 months, they will twist it because it's an Igbo child and give it 12 months, 14 months. This group of lawyers that will be seasoned lawyer, probably my elder brother may be part of the team if he's so rich, will be put together, funded, and make sure that anywhere there's an Igbo child all over the world that is in prison without committing any crime will be set free. If you get the number of Igbo children, daughters and boys who are in Libya prison, you will for us because we're explorers, but the climate is not too friendly for us because people are jealous of who we are. And that jealous leads to envy. Envy leads to my treatment. So there is a deliberate
Okay.
policy for us to
Yeah.
and get it
Chief
done.
Jackson, time is no more friendly with us now. So we have to be ending the program. And as we plan to wrap up, I would like Chief William Amadi to give us his parting words.
I would want to use this opportunity to thank the current President General of Ohaneze Ndigbo, the Fidelis Ozichukwu Chukwu, for making elaborate preparations for the conduct of elections coming up in a couple of days, setting parameters, working with vital organs of Ohaneze, and getting ready to hand over to the next leadership. In this wise, I urge all Igbos, delegates who are coming in from the diaspora into Nigeria this evening and tomorrow to work hard and ensure that they have a successful election. And at the end of this election, the Igbos will continue to march strong in unity, engaging the government where necessary, as they have done in the past, in the case of our brother Nnamdi Kanu and other issues of Igbo interest. I want to wish them well in their deliberation, and may God help Ohaneze Ndigbo. Thank
You
you.
say, okay, Chief Jackson, let's have your parting words as we end the program.
I will want to thank Ndigbo for reposing this confidence in me to lead them for the next 4 years. And I promise I will never fail them. I will never discuss anything that will make or mere Igbo's aspiration. I thank them for this purpose. I thank them for all they have done in my life. I thank them for guiding me all through to this stage that I become a man and know that there is need for you to serve your community and serve your people.
Okay.
And I promise that never will Ohaneze remain the same. The Renaissance, Ohaneze Renaissance, has just begun, and it
Okay.
will be for the grace of all. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, gentlemen. It's unfortunate Dr. Sam Amadi couldn't continue with us because of network. And well, that's beyond us. But I want to thank you, Barrister William Amadi, for making our time to be with us in this program. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. I also want to thank you, Chief Jackson Omenazu, for uh, having the time to be with us in the program.
The pleasure is mine, brother.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Dear viewers, here we're going to draw the curtain for today. I want to thank you for watching. You've had it all, but I must tell you, for me, I have this surprise, from Chief Jackson that he has emerged as the President General, because I had thought the election was coming on the 10th. But we are going to cross our fingers and watch developments, how it plays out. At the end of the day, we all want Igbo to be united. We want Igbos to be united. We don't want any more division in Igbo land. We've had so much crisis so far. Igbo is bedeviled with insecurity problems and all of that, and we cannot add, division and factionalization of Ohaneze to it. That is going to be a big drawback to Ndigbo. So I hope in a short while the coast will be clear and we'll know where we stand. On that note, I want to thank you all for watching and assure you that I'll be back same time next week for another edition of the program. Until I come that time, my name remains Obidimark, your uncle. And I say, Chiboro Eri, ya bokwara anyị mkpọ dịka ndị Igbo si ekwu ya. Ndewo, ya gazie.